So we are going to dig into this review yesterday of the 7 steps to a sale and what causes people to buy. And we're going to review the closing process as well. So get ready, strap in, boys and girls. Let's go. If you didn't take a photo of this slide yesterday, this is the 7 steps to a sale. I know we went through it pretty quick, but the 7 steps to a sale is build rapport and then establish credibility, create a problem, offer a solution, create a want and a need, comparison of price and negotiations. And this is not 7 steps to Cutco selling. This is 7 steps just in general. The first 5 steps are what is called building value. Building value is kind of like what we talked about yesterday about building the value higher than the price. So the first 5 steps of the 7 is to build the value higher than the price. So the sale is really made during steps 1 through 5. Step 6 and 7 is just getting the yes today. So think of steps 1 through 5 as flirting. Step 6 and 7 is let's go out for the date. Okay. So that's kind of how these are broken up. Now, there are certain questions that need to be answered during steps 1 through 5 in order to make step 6 and 7 as easy as possible to get a yes. And that's what I want to review with you from yesterday. So these are the questions that you want to have answered during steps 1 through 5. I would write these down if you want to, or just take a screenshot, just so you know, as you go through your presentation, you want to answer these questions. So why buy quality? Well, because it doesn't fall apart. It lasts long. How much does it cost to own high quality? It's expensive. It's not cheap, but it's worth it. Things for the home. Well, they don't cost hundreds, they cost thousands. Cutco, a set of Cutco's like buying a new fridge or buying a washer and dryer, upgrading the countertops, upgrading the floors, buying a new bed. Why do we upgrade? The same reason why we upgraded from our flip phone to a smartphone is because it makes life easier. It's more convenient. We want things that work well. Who wins when they buy Cutco? Well, the factory workers win because they have a job. The customer wins because they save money. The representative wins because they get confidence. The friends of the customers win because they get recommended to a great product. Our company wins because we keep growing. And why invest in a set? Well, we mentioned yesterday, right tool, discounted free stuff, safer 5-pay. It doesn't matter what size set. We have all different size sets. We have small, medium, large. We have starter sets. We even have custom sets. And why we want to help a family get a set, because they're always going to be fired up. Every family gets a set says the same thing.
I love my Cutco. I've been using it for many years, and it's been fantastic for entertaining. Perfect. Something I would definitely recommend.
Every time, it's the exact same thing. I love my Cutco. I use it every day. They're the best product in the world. That's why we want to help them get a set. So when we're answering these questions during your presentation, we want to make sure that you are having the right psychology. So I would make sure that you don't act, think, or speak like a broke college kid. You want to act, think, and speak like someone in your target market that you're showing Cutco to. A broke college kid, they hear $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. They think that's a lot of money. An average family hear $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. They think, oh, that's the bed. That's the washer and dryer. That's a refrigerator. That's prom night for my kid. That's, a weekend at Disney. That's, I mean, there's so many we families spend thousands of dollars all the time for things for their home. If you looked in your room right now, if you go ahead, take a peek behind you, look at all the stuff that's in your room, look around you and all the house, and then take a peek and ask yourself this question. How much did all this stuff cost? Question number 1. Question number 2, how much of this stuff did I pay for with my own money? Right? So those are the 2 questions you want to ask yourself. The next question you want to ask yourself is, how do most families buy things? Do they use cash or they do use credit? And most of the time, the answer would be they use credit. They have a credit card. Most college kids, when I was 18, I had a credit card. It was a student credit card, and it gave me a $400 or $500 limit. I don't know if can any of you guys relate to that? Like a couple $100 limit on your credit card, something like that? Well, an average family in your target market, their credit card limits are $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000. An American Express, $100,000. A Black Card, there's no limit. They literally could buy whatever they want. Now, why would someone use a credit card versus a debit card? Because they get perks. So like Amazon Prime, I have my credit card. I get a 5% cash back when I buy on Prime. I also have my Chase Unlimited card where I get anywhere from 1 to 5% cash back depending on where I shop. Some people use credit cards because they get points or mileage or they get perks at certain stores. So most families are going to use their credit card, not a debit card or cash whenever they buy things. So if you know this information, I'm 35, I'm educating you to think like me because I'm in your target market. You want to make sure that you think in those terms when you're asking someone to buy Cutco. It's just another swipe of the credit card. What does an average family put on their credit card all the time? Groceries. My wife and I just put an order in for Costco on Instacart, $200. No big deal. We just, Amazon buy stuff on Amazon, couple $100. Like, it's not that big of a deal. A couple $100 on a credit card happens all the time. And a couple $1,000 for things for our home happens all the time. We just bought a new love seat and for our living area because the other one was just a little outdated. The new love seat was $1,200. That's just what it is. What do? We put it on the credit card. So that way I got 5% cash back on that credit card I used for furniture. So it was like a 5% discount by using that credit card versus cash or a debit. So no one pays with checks. No one pays with money order. Barely anyone that's in your target market uses a debit card. They just swipe their credit card. Couple $100. What is that? That's a dinner out. Let me prove it to you real fast. What's a dinner out? Let's go ahead and say a meal at Cheesecake Factory. A family of 4 goes to Cheesecake Factory for dinner. Let's say an entree is $25 for an entree. That's for dinner. And let's say that's what mom and dad get. And let's say the kid gets the $15 burger for the kids. That's times 2. And then you have maybe there's apps. Maybe the apps are $25 for apps for the table. And let's say mom and dad get a cocktail. Let's say their cocktails are like $10 each. They get 3 cocktails for cocktails. And then they got, let's say the sodas. The kids get a couple of sodas, so let's call those $10 for the sodas. And let's say they get some cheesecake. Yeah, get some cheesecake at Cheesecake Factory is dessert. So how much is this meal? We got 50 and 30 is 80. That's 105, 135, 145, 150, $170 for dinner. Plus tip and tax, by the way. So tip and tax, let's say tip and tax is 25% between the two of them combined. That'd be another $40. So that dinner is $210. I want you to think about it for a moment. Have you ever picked up the tab for your family of 4 to go out for dinner? Have your parents ever played that sick joke on you of like, hey, you're paying for this dinner tonight? You guys are used to spending like Chipotle is like $10. If you spend $25 on dinner, you're like, holy shit, I just spoiled myself. Like I'm irresponsible. Like I just can't believe I just spent $25, right? It's like, but a family, for them to go out for a nice meal, it's $200. That's what it is. If they do that once a month, what's $200 once a month? Or I mean, if they do that once a week, rather, if they do that once a week, that's $800 a month on a meal, one meal out. That's no big deal for a family. It's no big deal for a family if they just do one nice dinner a week. Well, here's what's interesting. With COVID, a lot of people are doing less dinners out. So therefore, what are they doing? They're spending more time cooking at home. So if they're not spending that $200 a meal out, they're probably saving money by cooking at home, and it makes sense for them to have something of quality. It's a very easy sale. Very easy sale. So we don't want you to think, act, or speak like a broke college kid. Make sure you think like someone in your target market. And these are the questions you're answering before you get to the price points. Because things for the home, they don't cost hundreds, they cost thousands. Why? Because of the materials, design, and craftsmanship. If you're going to buy something of quality, granite countertops, it's more expensive material, it's a better design, it's better craftsmanship, it's going to be more expensive, but it's a better value for the home. If someone's going to buy a nice bed or a nice mattress, it's going to be better materials, better design, better craftsmanship, it's going to be more expensive. We understand that Tiffany's jewelry is 10 grand and Claire's jewelry is $10. When you spend more money on something, it's going to be higher price because it's a better material, design, and craftsmanship. Now, when it comes to knives, it's no different. I'm going to put a chart, ladies and gentlemen. This chart that I'm about to put on the screen literally might be the most important part of training for you. This will answer almost every question you have when it comes to understanding kitchen knives. Kitchen knives are broken down into low quality or high quality. And if you could understand this, you're going to get so much confidence on why everyone should own Cutco, because this is the only type of kitchen knives that you can get. Low quality, high quality. So, which with low quality, that's this left column. Low quality cutlery, okay? These are the problems with low quality. They usually have a plastic handle or they have wood handles. They don't have a tang or they have a half tang, so it's cheap construction. What is a tang? A tang is how far the blade goes into the handle. So if the blade only goes halfway through or partial way through, it's going to snap or break easily. They usually have straight edges, or they have serrated edges. Straight edges that constantly need sharpening, or a serrated edge that rips and tears and shreds. And that serrated edge looks like this, that it just rips and tears and shreds, and it doesn't actually cut, or the straight edge that constantly needs resharpening. Also, they don't have a guarantee. They're not dishwasher safe, and they're unsafe because they could chip, crack, break, or melt. They fall apart. I have a customer that had this knife right here in the middle. He had 8 stitches under his chin. Why? Because he took the knife, he was trying to push down to cut something hard, and the blade snapped out the handle and caught him right underneath his chin. He had to get 8 stitches right under the chin because the knife was so dull and it snapped out because the handle was so poorly constructed. The problems with these knives is they all have different features. Like, for example, the wood is like nasty, get that nasty green ring in there where cockroaches and ants can actually feed off to that bacteria and those food particles for up to 2 weeks. And carbon steel rusts and corrodes like a rusty tailpipe. Imagine cutting your cheesecake, little rust flakes falling in your food. It's disgusting. Stainless steel, it dulls real fast. This stainless steel is like a disposable razor material. That's a material that if hair is going to dull a razor, imagine what's going to happen to a hard cutting surface like a plate or a cutting board to a delicate cutting edge of a knife. It's going to dull it really fast, and the blade only goes about halfway through. So these low quality brands called like Chicago Cutlery, they'll be Farberware. You might hear any of the Wolfgang Pucks, Rachel Ray, Paula Deen, any of the celebrity knives, they're all low quality. Why are they low quality? Because they use low quality materials, design, and craftsmanship. They price them at a point that everyone could afford. They're mass produced over in China. They're very low quality materials. You could get a full set for a couple $100, $200-300 a full set. And you know what? They might last 2 years, maybe. That's low quality. Now you might say that's cheap today, but what are you going to have to do? Replace it over and over and over again. So it's cheap today, but it's expensive in the long run. If you replace a $200 set 20 times in a lifetime, that's $4,000 set of knives. It doesn't feel that much because you only did it at like $200 a pop or $10 a knife each time. But over a lifetime, it ends up being very expensive. But most people don't think about that until they're educated. The next type of knives are high quality knives. Now, the 2 most common high quality brands of knives are called Wüsthof and Henckels, or Schön. Wüsthof and Henckels are sister companies. They're made in Germany. They're very good. They're like the Gucci of knives. They're like very good, very popular. They've been around since the 1700s. Henckels has been around longer than America has been a country. That's how old this company is. They do a lot of business. They are very, very popular. Schön came out about 20 years ago. They're made in Japan. They're also very, very good. They have good handle material. They have good design. They have good craftsmanship. They use full tank construction, surgical grade steel. They are very, very good. One of the challenges is they're made in Germany. That's good if you live in Germany. But when you live here in America, if there's a problem with the knife, if it gets rusted, or if something happens, you got to mail it to Germany? No one here is going to do that because of the cost and because of the risk of not getting it back. So it's good if you live over in Europe, but here in America, it's not really a great benefit. It is good materials. It is very high quality. Right? Go ahead and write this store down. It's a store at International Mall in Tampa, Williams Sonoma. Williams-Sonoma. It's right across from the Apple Store. It's very popular. Also, Crate and Barrel. Crate and Barrel, Neiman Marcus. Those are the stores that you will go to buy this high-quality set of Wusthof. They're very, very good. You can get a full set of Shun at Williams-Sonoma right off their website. It's $4,000. Right now with like some Halloween specials, you could get it for $2,700. Wusthof, you could go, this is Shun again, $4,000 on sale for $2,700. Wusthof, you could get a full set for $3,300. Right now it's on sale for $2,000. That's a pretty good sale price. And Henkel's, you get it for $2,600, on sale for $1,600. So when it comes to high quality kitchen cutlery, you cannot get a full set that's this size, like a 20-piece set, for under like $1,500 or $2,000. It does not exist. Just like you cannot buy a Bentley for like $5,000. It doesn't exist. Here's what I want you to think about though. This is a gentleman who owned a set of Wusthof. This is what he has to say about his Wusthof.
Hi, this is Mason Linker, a Cutco sales rep, with a video testimonial of a customer.
Hi, my name is Paul. I've been using Henkel's, and then I've been using Wusthof for years. And I go through them, I would say every year or two. I've got to buy a new knife because it won't hold an edge. I've got to sharpen it. Then I've got to hone it before each use. They don't go in the dishwasher. I just bought this knife. The weight is amazing. I love the double D blade. This knife, I don't know what they're called, but and a pair of scissors. I think they're great. You can put them in the dishwasher. They've got the guarantee for lifetime, basically, that they'll replace it if it goes dull. I don't think you can beat it.
So the problems that he's saying there is that he spent thousands of dollars on his other high quality knives like Shun and Wusthof, and you have to constantly sharpen them. They're not dishwasher safe, and they don't have the guarantee. So you could spend thousands of dollars. So that gentleman spent thousands of dollars on a set, and then he also spent another couple $100 buying Cutco because he realized that Cutco's better. So looking at this chart one more time, let's see how Cutco compares. Check this out. This is where many of you are going to get a lot of confidence and say, forget training, Mike, shut up already. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Because now you know polypropylene is a good material. It's just not dishwasher safe. It's more durable than a wood or a plastic, but it's like a high-end plastic. It's only heat resistant to 120 degrees. So it's not dishwasher safe, but it's more durable. They use nickel silver rivets, which is airplane part material, just like Cutco. They have a full tank construction, just like Cutco. And they use surgical grade steel, just like Cutco, but they have straight edges that constantly need sharpening. They're not dishwasher safe because of the material. They're made in Germany, so you can't really use the guarantee. And they don't have a forever replacement guarantee or a forever sharpness policy. So you could spend $1,500, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on a full set of Wusthof or Henkel's, and it still doesn't have what Cutco offers, which is the double D edge that stays sharp for up to 10 years, the dishwasher safe thermoresin material, made in America, so you can easily use the guarantee along with the forever replacement guarantee. So think about it. How does that make you feel about the product that you get paid to show and tell and represent? Now that you know that the nearest competition to us, we're a third better, we're 3 times better than the competition, and the other alternative is just buying cheap crap that really doesn't work well. Do you see why Buns is so powerful in our business? Do you see why it's so important for you to build that value higher than the price? So as you go through your presentation and as you're answering these questions for your customer, while you're going through this and building this value for your clients, the value is going to be at an all-time high at the end of the appointment. And if the value is at an all-time high at the end of your appointment, what is a customer going to say? They're going to say, yes, I'll take it. I'd be silly not to. I'd be silly not to. If you ever hear a customer say, I want to think about it, like I want to think about it, that means the value equals the price. The not now is going to mean never. They're like, oh, not now. I want to do it later. Not now means never. I need you to realize that. All that means, if you ever hear not now or I want to think about it, that just means that value equal the price. And it's just like, I don't know. So what's going to happen to that value if they think about it? The value is going to go down. It's never going to go up. So what's the best thing to do is get them something, even if it's one piece of Cutco. Because even if they have like an equal value for a set, but a lot of value for one piece, when they get that one piece in the mail and they start using it, what's going to happen to this value? The value goes up. And that way they could think about it while they're using it. And remember, from the day they get 15 business days to think about it while they're using it. 15 business days. So that's literally like 3 weeks to think about it while they're using it. So all we want to explain to your customer is, if they say not now means never, it's like, listen, you could wait. It's no big deal. You don't have to get it today. However, if you like Cutco, why don't you try it out for a few weeks? And if you're not satisfied and you don't love it, just send it back, get a refund. So you can think about it while you're using it. I would write that down. So you can think about it while you're using it. You could think about it while you're using it. So that phrase right there, you could think about it while you're using it, is a great phrase to use during your presentation, especially when you explain that forever guarantee to your customer. Especially when you explain the 15-day money-back guarantee as the think about it guarantee. So you could think about it while you're using it. You could try it while you buy it. You could date it before you marry it. And explain that to them so that way they don't feel obligated of making a final decision today. The only decision that they're making today is to take it for a test drive, make sure they love it. So that's steps 1 through 5. Now we're going to go to steps 6 and 7, and we're going to go to the negotiations and the comparison pricing of how to present the prices of Cutco. So let's go ahead and go into the training manual. So let's go ahead and pull up your MyVector demo and your Cutco demo. I'll share my screen. And right where we left off yesterday at the summary. So Mrs. Jones, let me review why so many people choose to invest in a set of Cutco. You always have sharp American-made knives that are comfortable, safe, and sanitary. Cutco's guaranteed to last forever. So we the last set of knives you'd ever buy. And Cutco save a lot of money. Most customers who buy a set of Cutco eat out less. If that saves $60 a month, that's $720 this year. Over 25 years, you're going to save $18,000 just by eating out one less time a month. And that's $60. That's conservative. That's like Applebee's. And there are several reasons why so many customers choose sets, because Cutco sets have the right tool for the right job, just like a set of golf clubs, having the right club for the right shot on the golf course. Cutco sets have a built-in discount, so it's cheaper. Just like buying a value meal versus buying the burger, fries, and drink individually. Sets come with free cutting board and other free stuff. Sets are much safer because they come in a block or a tray, and we also have interest-free monthly investment options, so you don't have to pay for it all at once. So now, Mrs. Jones, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and scroll down on your screen here, and we see set options. We're going to go to the first slide right here, and we're going to show you the first option here, and there's going to be a Wusthof and Schön brand comparison. And when it comes to high quality cutlery, it's like anything else. There's a wide variety of quality and prices available. And Cutco's top rated, so we only compare to the highest quality brands. Now, I have a price comparison for our top competitors, Wusthof and Schön. Have you heard of them before? And I'll pause and I'll wait. And they'll say no or they'll say yes. I say, great. Well, Williams-Sonoma, Crate & Barrel, they're very popular. And these are some of the top selling sets made overseas that are sold in stores. And each brand has different type of sets. And they range in price. Wusthof is the most popular. The price of this Wusthof set is $3,435. And sometimes you can find it on sale for $2,000. There are some differences, though, between these sets and Cutco. As you can see on the screen, Wusthof has mostly straight edges, so they have to need to be resharpened constantly, and that's a hassle. They're not recommended for the dishwasher. The warranty is on manufacturing defects only. And in comparison, Cutco has their unique wedge lock handle, exclusive double D stay sharp edge, and we have our 4-part forever guarantee, including our free sharpening. So Cutco owners will tell you it's 10 times better than any other knives they've ever used, but just considering the guarantee unique features, most people agree that Cutco is at least twice as good as Wusthof. Wusthof is really good. But when something offers twice the quality and value and lasts forever, you'd expect to be at least twice the price. So at twice the price, you're talking over $4,000 for your set of Cutco. So Mrs. Jones, go ahead and write down $4,000 on your sheet of paper. I'll wait. Go ahead and grab a pen. Go ahead and write down $4,000. And I want them to write down the $4,000 right there so they have a visual. Now, I have a student, Ike Okonkwo. His customer thought the set was going to be $4,000 right there because he built the value to be $4,000. Now, his customer understands that the Wusthof set is $3,500. And if Cutco is better, and if it was sitting on the same shelf as Wusthof, of course it would have to be at least $4,000. So $4,000 is a good price. It's actually a good deal. So his customer said, all right, I'll take it. He said, well, it's actually not quite $4,000. Let me show you the actual price. And when he showed her the actual price, she said, at that price, I'll buy 4. And she bought 4 homemaker sets from him because she expected the price to be higher than what it actually was. Does everyone see that? So when you say that 4,000 and you get your customer to think 4,000, let them sit on it for just an extra moment or two. Because if they can justify the 4,000, the set's not quite 4,000 because it's not sold in stores. So we don't have to charge quite that much. But the value is 100% at higher than $4,000. If we're offering 3 times the value, 3 times the quality, 3 times the materials, of course it's got to be more money than the competitor. So that's what we're explaining right there. So let's go ahead and now go to the negotiations. So as I said earlier, our Homemaker Plus 8 set is the most popular. It's perfect for families that cook 2 to 4 times a week. It has the 10 basic tools, 8 table knives, the wood block, a sharpener for straight edges. Now, as you can see, there's the set with or without the table knives. Now, I don't like that question because I like to assume, number one, that they like to cut their food into bite-sized pieces and they're going to like the table knives that cut the leather. That's my first assumption. My second assumption is that if they're not comfortable with the price point, if they want to negotiate a little bit, I can negotiate by taking away the table knives and helping them feel comfortable with the set without the table knives. So we start a little bit higher and that we have wiggle room to negotiate. Does that make sense? So instead of saying we have a set without the table knives, I say we have a set in the white or the black, the classic or the pearl. If you were considering a set, which color would you prefer, the classic or the pearl? That's what I would take a mental note or a physical note of that to change up those questions there. Well, the great thing is it doesn't cost $4,000. So Mrs. Jones, on that sheet of paper, go ahead and cross off $4,000. Doesn't cost that much. In fact, it doesn't even cost as much as the Wusthof of $3,435. So go ahead and write down $3,435 on your paper and cross that out as well. Go ahead, I'll wait. The Homemaker Plus 8 set is only, now see there's blanks here. So how you find those blanks, see this page 9. See there's a hyperlink there? Right click on the hyperlink. You can follow along with me if you want on your computers. Click, open a new tab, and it'll pop up. Ready? The Homemaker Plus 8 set is not quite $4,000. It's not quite as much as the Wusthof. The entire Homemaker Plus 8 set is only $1,326 paid in full. Isn't that kind of cool? How can we offer higher quality at a third of the price? Because we're American made and not sold in stores. How many of you guys are just like, dang, you got me, Mike. Shit, I thought it was going to be more. You're like, you guys think it was going to be more, right? Because training naturally builds the value higher than the price. I'm going to give you a tip right now that is the same piece of advice that I gave to Dalila Kolar to have her first 3 sales right out of training be homemaker sets. The same tip I'm going to give you that I gave to Connor Flaherty, who sold 10,000 his first weekend. He ended up selling 6 homemaker sets in his first weekend. Can I give you that tip? Are you guys ready for this? Okay. It's really simple, but anything that's simple to do is also simple to forget. Okay. And this is exactly how they did it. Exactly how they did it. I don't know if you remember what I said about the credit card, how most people, like, they swipe the credit card for everything. All they did is this. Ready? I'll show you what they did. Most of our customers take advantage of the 5-month interest-free easy pay option, which is only $289 today. It includes tax. So they told the customer, go in and write down $289 and circle it. And then all they said to the customer is, $289 is about the price of a grocery bill. So for the price of a grocery bill, you can try out your set for the few weeks to make sure you love it for the 15-day trial period. And if you love it, you keep it. If you don't love it, the $289 is fully refundable. And if you want to try it out today, we have a bonus where we'll also give you the entire entertainer pack or those super shears that cut the penny for free, if you wanted to go ahead and just put down a fully refundable deposit to try it out. So Mrs. Jones, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you, did you want to try out the Homemaker set today for only $289 on a credit card and get your free gifts? Isn't it so easy? Isn't it much easier to say yes to trying something out, number one, trying it out for a fully refundable deposit, number two, trying it out for a fully refundable deposit that's the same price as a grocery bill, number three, and trying out something that's fully refundable, the same price of a grocery bill, and I get free stuff by doing it today. That's how they're able to sell these Homemaker sets so easily. And if a customer returns it, hey, that's not your fault. Cutco didn't do its job. No big deal. You did what you were supposed to do. That's why we pay you the base pay to do a good presentation. No big deal. No big deal. But I am confident, and I want you to be confident enough that they open up that box. It's like Christmas, baby. Are you kidding me? They're going to cut that sucker up, and the day they get that box, you bet your ass they're cooking that night without Cutco. They're putting that set together. They're reading the little manual that comes in the box. They're like, oh, what is this one? Oh my gosh, I'm making that dinner tonight. I can't wait to chop up my veggies. Like, they're fired up to use their Cutco. It's going to be exciting for them. And they're going to use it. And once they use it, you don't have to worry because that value is going up. You did your job. Your job, help them get it in their kitchen. Cutco will do the rest. Cutco will sell Cutco. And that's how everyone gets sets of Cutco sold. Pretty cool, right? So that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is how you present the price of Cutco and how you get that comfortable yes today on the set. Now, if the customer, what's going to happen is at the end of your presentation, the customer is going to say one of two things. They're going to say, yes, I'll take it, or they'll say no, or I just want to think about it, or something like that. They're going to say something of the sorts. They're going to say something of the sorts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how this process is going to unfold. Okay? How this process unfolds. So just to recap what I already taught you, I would just take a picture of this or a screenshot of this or something. So the fundamentals of closing. When you do the comparison, you're chilling like you're sitting in a hot tub. When you say the $4,000 price, you write that price down or make sure the customer writes that down so they have the visual stimulation. You show them what they get. As a refresher, you ask them which color did you like better. You present the actual price with excitement and confidence. You put a buy now bonus on paper. You tell them, like, try it out today. And you ask them with confidence, would you like to try out that set? And you smile and nod. That's all you do. That's your fundamentals of closing. Really, really simple. So go ahead and if you haven't done so yet, post your biggest light bulbs to the WhatsApp chat. So go ahead and post your biggest light bulbs to the WhatsApp chat. And that way we can capture those. Go ahead and post those. Okay. So let's go ahead and transition here. So what's going to happen is, here's a visual. You ask the customer, do you want to buy? They're going to either say yes or no. Yes, I'll take it. Or no, I just need to think about it, or whatever it is. If they say yes, or if they say they're unsure, this is how the process unfolds. you want to make sure you help them feel comfortable with whatever deal it is that they're getting. Okay? Because you're brand new, we want to help them feel comfortable. So for your first 2 or 3 or 4 appointments, you are going to call your coach right here at this part of the presentation. So right as soon as you ask for the sale, for your first 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 appointments, you're going to tell your customer, regardless of what they say, if they say yes or no, it doesn't matter. You're going to say, great, I need to call my manager just to check in. That's how we check you out of your initial presentations. Great. I just need to call my manager, and you're on Zoom with your customer. You just pick up your phone and you call your coach. The reason we do that is for 2 reasons. Number 1, to slow you down. To slow you down. Because if your customer is ever confused, a confused mind is always going to say no. So we want to slow you down. That's number 1. Number 2, we want to hook them up. Your customers and friends and family were nice enough to let you do training appointments with them. We want to be nice enough to hook them up. We're not going to hook everyone up, but we want to hook them up. Now, I'm not going to confuse you in training with all the friends and family specials and discounts and free stuff that we hook them up with. So that's why you're going to call us from the appointment, and depending on what they like, we'll hook them up. Would you like to know what the friends and family price is for a homemaker set? We actually have a discount for friends and family on the homemaker set. Would you like to know what that is? Good. Call your coach. Call your coach, and they will tell you what the hookup is. We can hook them up. Now, how do we know when you call us if they said yes or if they said no? So when you ask them, we have a code. Considering, definitely. When you call your coach right here, you say, hey coach, I'm with my customer and it's my aunt. It's my cool aunt, my favorite aunt. And my favorite aunt is definitely getting the homemaker set. What does that mean? You need help upserving. I'll explain what that means in just a moment. If you call us right here and you say, I'm with my cool aunt and she's considering the homemaker set, that means I need a deal. That means she's unsure and you need to get a deal for your aunt. Considering needs a deal. Definitely getting, help me upserve. So what is an upserve? An upserve is just like if I go buy a suit, they're going to upserve me and show me ties and belts and socks and shoes. If I go buy an airline ticket, they're going to upserve me by showing me first class, rental car, hotel accommodations. So an upserve is showing me more stuff that I didn't know that I wasn't necessarily thinking about. So in our business, an upserve is showing the 2 larger sets that come with steak knives, or the extra specialty knives, or the customer requested tools. An upserve includes showing them gifts and accessories, forks and spoons, pots and pans, all the extra gadgets, garden tools. That's an upserve, okay? Your coach will help do that with you for your first 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 appointments. How does your coach know, or how do you know who buys what? Well, this is just a little quick inventory for you. A family of 3 or 4 will usually only cook, if they only cook 1 to 2 times a week, they'll be more of like a homemaker set. If they're a family of 4 or 5 and they cook 3 to 4 times a week, or they like entertain and barbecue once a month, they might be more of like a medium set. A family that loves to cook and entertains, or they have a nice kitchen, that's going to be more of the complete set, the ultimate set. So when you call, when you call us, use the code considering or definitely. If they're unsure, when you call the coach and you say, considering, this is what's going to happen. We're going to do this for you for your first 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 appointments. So if you zone out right now, it's not the end of the world. Ideally, you don't zone out. But if you did zone out right now, your coach is going to do this for you on the phone for your first few presentations until you got to get the hang of it. Hence why they're called training appointments. So what does your coach ask and how does your coach ask? That's what I want you to pay attention to. This is what it looks like. So if I were to role play and I were to say, hey coach, I'm here with my aunt, cool aunt, and she's considering her set of Cutco. I would talk to the aunt, I would say, or I would talk to the rep. I would say, great, go ahead and ask your aunt this question. Ask her, did you like Cutco today? Auntie, did you like Cutco? She said, yes. Great. What did you like most about it? Oh, I just she loved the guarantee. She loved how they cut. Great. Ask her, what are you unsure of? Oh, she said she's just unsure of the price right now. She just didn't plan on spending that much money. Cool. Ask her, is it like too much money or is it like too many knives? She said it's just too much money. Now, your advanced training, we're going to teach you how to handle those knee-jerk reactions. If they say it's too much money or if they need to think about it, you're going to learn how to handle these objections in advanced training on Sunday at the Sunday night session from 5 to 8:30. So look forward to learning how to do that during your advanced training. But for this weekend, we're going to do it for you. What's going to happen is your coach is going to take those responses that they just gave. Your coach is going to sell them off the previous option and on to the next option. That's what your coach is going to do. They're going to sell them off the previous option and onto the next option. So say, for example, if I'm going to buy a BMW and they tell me the price of the 7 Series and I say that's too much money, they're going to sell me off the 7 Series and onto the 5 Series. They're going to say things like, do you really need the twin turbo or are you okay with a single turbo? You know, do you need the full sunroof with the moonroof combo or are you good with just one of the two? Like something like that. They'll sell me off some of the features to get me comfortable for the next option. That's what they're going to do. And that's exactly what your coach is going to do as well. So let me go ahead and show you what this looks like. Go back to the training manual here. So if your customer is unsure, we go to the galley set right here. And this is what your coach is going to do with you on the phone. So you can follow along with me. Go ahead, pull up your site and go ahead and click and find the galley set. In the Dropping Bombs workshop, we're going to talk about the signature and the ultimate set. So we're going to skip those for right now. Go to the galley set. And this is the galley set. Now, what is included in this galley set? The galley set is everything the homemaker has, except it's just missing the butcher knife, which is like the heavy duty knife, which is the least used item, and the large carving set, which is mainly used for the holidays. So the galley set is almost the exact same thing as the homemaker set. It's almost the exact same thing. It's a few less knives for a lot less money. So a lot of customers really love this set. So let's show you what you say to the customer. This is what your coach will say to the customer here. They're going to say, Miss Jones, you're not going to carve a turkey every day, right? No. Then it doesn't make sense to spend money on items you won't use all the time. So let me show you this next option. It's a perfect starter set and it'll take care of all of your needs. And as you can see, it has a paring knife for the air, trimmer for small stuff, spatula spreader for sandwiches, a meat knife, a serving piece, a vegetable chopper, a bread knife, and it still comes with 6 table knives. It's a few less knives for a lot less money. And instead of paying the price of the homemaker, which is $13.26, the Galley Plus 6 set is only, and you guys can see on your training manual, it has the price point. Check this out. The entire Galley Plus 6 is less than $1,000. It's $209 a month. So for $52 a week, they could get the entire Galley set. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to sell a Galley set, this is how my parents bought it. This is the set my parents bought. Is I said, Mom and Dad, it would be $26 a week for you, Mom, and it'll be $26 a week for you, Dad. That's it. And if you do it today, I could still include the entertainer pack or the super shears. Now, my mom played hardball. She's a good customer. She said, I want both. That's what she said. I want the entertainer pack and the super shears. I said, Mom, I'll call my coach, but I don't think we can do it. So I called the coach and he said, no, we can't do it because she's not spending enough money. The order won't process. She says, fine, I want the peeler and the shears. And my coach said, my manager, Andrew, he said, if I can get her the shears and the peeler, will she say yes today? So I said, Mom, if he can do the peeler and the shears for free, will you say yes today? She said, if he can do the peelers and the shears for free, I'll say yes today. Then I said to Andrew, she said, yes. He says, great. I'll buy her that peeler. We'll give her the super shears. We'll give her the peeler. We'll give her the galley set. She just has to put the 5 payment down on a credit card. He said, sold. I said, Mom, he said, yes. She said, sold. And I had my parents. My mom went from, I'm not buying anything, to, I don't know if you should do the job, to my dad calling me an idiot, to now 15, 16 years later, my dad cooks dinner with those kitchen eyes every day. So because for $26 a week for mom and $26 a week for dad, that's like nothing. To have something for 16 years later and she got what she wanted, it's a good deal. So you call your customer, you call your coach for a deal. Now, that's what that looks like. We ask for the orders. That's something you'd like to get today. If they say no, no problem at all. No big deal. What we're going to do is we're going to ask them a few more questions. You could take a screenshot of this. You could write this down, but this is what your coach is going to do for you this weekend for your first 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 appointments. We're going to ask them a couple questions. We're going to say, out of the galley set, which one tool would you use the least? Would you use a block? And you would use the table knives, right? How many? So we're going to ask those questions, and based upon their responses, that's what we're going to do. So which one tool would you use the least? You wouldn't use a bread knife? Okay, I get it. Low carb, I understand. And would you use a block? Yeah, you like the block? And you'd use the table knives, right? The ones that cut the leather? Yeah, how many? 4? Okay. So 4 table knives, no bread knife, and a block. So look, this studio set, 4 table knives, no bread knife, and a block. Essential set, 5 table knives, no bread knife, and a block. Those might be 2 viable options for the customer. That might be a great set for them. Now, we also have these other sets here. Kitchenette set, this has a bread knife and a tray, so probably not. And the all knife set comes in a tray, and it doesn't have the bread knife. You could add on the 4 table knives, though. We would just ask, out of these set combinations, which one do you like? More than likely, they would probably pick something like the studio set because it's no bread knife and a block with 4 table knives. That's a great choice. So what does that mean? We have a smaller set option that's designed for that family. So look at this. You're going to love this. If you're following along with me, you're going to love this. So what we're doing is we're using their response to show them why the next option is going to be a perfect starter set for them. That's it. And by the way, training class, those options that we have, even you could afford those options. Those starter packages paid my way through college. Those starter packages paid my way through college. Look at the price points on some of these starter packages. Look at this. That Studio Plus 4 set is $33 a week. $33 a week. If you spend $8 at Chipotle or Jimmy John's or Chick-fil-A 4 times a week, that is a Studio Plus 4 set. You and your friends can buy a Studio Plus 4 set right now if you wanted to. A kitchenette set, $24 a week? $24 a week? That's 3 trips. That's 3 trips to Starbucks for an entire kitchenette set. Ready? This is where you're going to be like, all right, Mike, literally stop talking. Mike, can you please stop talking? I want to go do my appointments right now. Like, I'm ready. Okay? Any of you money motivated? A little bit money motivated right now? A little bit? Like, I don't know. Maybe. If you can help 10 families, 10, between Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, sign up for one of these Chipotle packages, the average sale will be about $500. That means on average, you'll sell about $5,000. Your paycheck will be $800 for your first weekend. If you think that you could help 10 families sign up for a $25 to $30 a week package, your first paycheck will be over $800. Do you know how hard your friends have to work at their job to make $800? 10 families that sign up for the Chipotle package. Now you might say, Mike, I really want to do that, but I didn't have time for 10 appointments this weekend between Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's exam week. I got all this stuff going on. No big deal. If you have 5 families, remember that best 5 like we were talking about? 5 families sign up for these 5 packages. That's $2,500 in sales on average. You will still make a $350 paycheck. How many of you guys would be fired up if you made a $350 paycheck this weekend? 5 families signing up for the Chipotle package. Some of them might buy the Homemaker. Some of them might buy the Ultimate or the Signature. And some of them might just buy one ice cream scoop from you. But I'll tell you right now, those starter packages paid my way through college. I got so fired up because I knew I could afford that if I wanted to. And if it works for them, great. If it doesn't work for them, no big deal. Just make sure they see all of their options. And that's what your coach will do for you. You get to the starter set. If they're still unsure, no problem. We'll drop down to a 5-piece custom set. If that doesn't work, no problem. We got to buy 3, get 1 free. If that doesn't work, we have a spend $125, get a free gadget. If that doesn't work, we get you could get your favorite piece. And if that doesn't work, we have all these gadgets and accessories. There's something for everyone. I promise you there's something for everyone. It's your job to make sure you show them all the options. So down here, you can see there's the big pick 5 special, the buy 5, get the shears, buy 3, get 1, spend $125, get a gadget. All of these all the way down to the favorites piece option, the buy now bonus, the reserve the buy now bonus, get 1 piece, right? There's something for everyone. There's something for everyone. All these individual prices, all these, everything. Look at this. Ms. Jones, as long as you get something today, my office will allow me to throw in free stuff when you upgrade later. It's called reserving the buy now bonus. And of course, you'd still be helping me towards my goals. So let's see how much your favorite piece would be. Which is your number one favorite piece? I always recommend the trimmer, the one that cut the tomatoes, because it's the most versatile knife, or the spatula spreader. Those are my 2 go-tos. Great. Give them the price, break it into 2 payments, and then divide by 30 days. So if they pick out the trimmer, it's $76 with tax and admin fee. It's roughly $42 a month. It's like a little over $1 a day, which is less than McDonald's cup of coffee. That's what we would encourage you to say. And you could try it out for the 2 weeks. If you like it, keep it. And if not, just return it for a full refund, but I'm sure you'll love it. What do you think? Would you like to get that favorite piece today? Yes? Great. Show them the accessories. Show them the gift sets. And that's where you scroll down here and you show them the next few slides. And that's where we have all these other gadgets and accessories and cheese knives and flatware and cookware. That guy explains the cookware, all the different gadgets and accessories. Those are those slides. And in your training manual, it says right here, click to jump to gifts and accessories. And you just read all about how to present the gifts and accessories to your customer. You just read and present, read and present, read, present, read, present, just like so. Read, present all the gift sets, all the accessories, all the gadgets, all the add-ons, just like the slides have. Super, super simple. And again, your coach will be on the phone with you throughout the entire process. Now, you might ask, Mike, how do I find the prices of the individual pieces? Like, how do I know how much everything is individually? It's hidden on the original site. If you click on the hyperlink, follow along with me, go ahead and click on page 1. Click on page 1, and that's where your price list is hidden. And that has the individual breakdown of all the prices of everything Cutco makes. Okay. So just to recap, how we drop down, we show everything Cutco has. We show everything Cutco has. Your coach is going to do all this process for you for your first 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 appointments. And when you come to advanced training on Sunday, we're going to show you how to do it on your own. But as you hear your coach do the first 1 or 2 or 3, you're going to be like, okay, I got it. Because your aunt's going to buy that one friends and family deal. And then you're like, can I do that same deal I did for my aunt, for my best friend's mom? Yes. Cool. Boom. You now know how to do that same deal. Your third appointment, can I do that same deal? Yes. Oh, but they didn't want that. They wanted a different package. What's a deal I could do for that package? Boom. We hook them up with a deal. So now you have an arsenal of different deals. It's really, really simple. So that's how you present the prices. That's how you do your closing. That's how you do your dropping down. And that's everything to do with consumer psychology. We're going to transition into recommendations here in just a moment. So hit me up in WhatsApp. What are your biggest takeaways? What are your light bulbs? Talk to me. Hit me up.